Hey y'all. So, I guess I can talk to you about the next thing while I go ahead and get this fire going. So, today I want to talk about survival mentality. And what that is it's not exactly something you can just hear it and then immediately learn it. It's something you actually acquire. As a survivor, when you're lost, you need to have the will to live. The will to just keep going. That's what you need. That will is what has saved many people's lives. You need to, when you're lost and all hope seems gone, you need to think about stuff that you really love, like family or your friends. You know, stuff like that. You know, think they're coming home to see your favorite pet or your children, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. Think about them. There are numerous stories of people who have gotten lost, and that is all that kept them going. I mean, if you're religious, you know, hold on, think about God. Or, you know, just pray, whatever. There's so many ways you could keep yourself going. You can't let yourself think that everything's down, everything's out to get you. You're going, like, you cannot think you're going to die. You need to think, I am going to live. That's what you need to think. That's what you need to understand. The will to survive is something you may have and you don't know it yet, or it could be something that you could spontaneously get, or you could not have it at all. But everybody should have a will to survive, because there's so much to live for. I mean, everything right now may not seem all that great. You might be having a bad time in your life. Loved ones might have passed. You was probably just going out hiking to clear some stress. When you get lost or injured, you may let yourself think that that's just another way of somebody trying to, or not somebody, but the higher power, Lord, trying to take you. But no. The will to survive is something, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the most absolutely important aspect of the whole survival, wilderness, hunting, whatever scene. Just a will. That's it. You need it. If you don't have it, you're not going to do very well. I promise you that. You need to just hold on. Keep fighting. Keep pushing. The human body is remarkably resilient. You'd be surprised what all the human body can take before it finally goes. Survival mentality, it's just, I don't know, it's very, very, very important. I don't know how to put in another word in there to express just how important our survival mentality is. Because you could be out in the woods lost and have all the gear you want. I have all the gear in the world. But if you don't have a survival mentality, you're going to die. But, just like that, there have been numerous reports of people who were stranded out in the wilderness with nothing. I mean nothing. Clothes on their back, not a cell phone, not a knife, nothing. And they survived. Because they had the will. They weren't going down. That's one of the reasons why it's very, very important. Granted, gear is another thing, but that's just only going to make it easier. And that's only if you know how to use the gear at all. There's not much to talk about on the survival mentality thing. It really isn't. It's simple to explain, but hard to actually have. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. I mean, think about the soldiers over in Iraq, or Afghanistan, and wherever else they've been and are. If you go over there thinking, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to get shot and killed, more than likely you are. Because, I mean, if you go over there and you get shot and you just give right up, what are you giving up? How much life of yours are you giving up? How many people could you have helped? How many people could you have saved? You know? Everybody, whether they realize it or not, helps a lot of people. Everybody does more good on a large scale than they ever think they do. It took me a while to figure that out on my own. I could go into that story, but I'm going to leave that at that. Everybody will go through times in their life when it's hard, and it's going to make your will of survival even harder. But you cannot let it get to you. You cannot just give up. The will to survive is what could be the very well thing that saves you. You could have every bit of gear there is, and the best backpack there is. But if you don't have the will to survive, you're not going to do very well. You're not going to make it. I assure you of that. Yes. Even if you knew how to use that gear, and you was out there for what, a few days, and then, you know, eventually you're going to start getting tired and weary. I mean, after all, survival wears you out. You just need to keep pushing. Because you will make it out. The will to survive is what you keep your heart going when it's only a few beats away from perishing. Because remember, all you might need is just another minute. All you might need is just another couple miles, or another mile, or even another 6 feet. Help could literally be just around the corner. But also keep in mind that just because that may be true That does not mean when you're lost, you take a run for it, and you just fumble through the woods trying to find your way out. When you're lost, you need to immediately sit down, cool your head, think about everything, realize and tell yourself, okay, I am lost. At that point, you need to stay still. And that's sort of a contradictory, but what I'm saying by that is stay in a general area. Don't go troughing off through the woods. What you should do when you're lost is try to find a decent place to stay, to shelter. And once you find that, you need to stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so that's really a very, very, very important thing. You can't let it get to you. Everybody has inner strength. Some people don't know it. Some people do. Some people prefer to hide it. They feel like it's a problem. Other people's sometimes flash it off. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being strong mentally. Of course, there's nothing being strong physically either. That's actually another thing I should talk about, is your physical stamina. But when you're lost, you can't just go troughing around and try and, you know, just, hold on, I can't do this and focus on that at the same time. When you're lost, you can't go running through the woods thinking, okay, help's just over around the corner, help's just around the corner. You need to stop, think about it, think about the lost, find a good shelter location, and stay there. One of the first things you should do before you go out trekking is notify people, set an amount of time that you should be going for. Like, say you're going hiking on the Appalachian Trail. Okay, well, if you're going hiking on the Appalachian Trail, how long are you going to be? Are you going to be a few hours, a few days, a few weeks? What? Typically, people will set that time limit to a day. Okay, well, let's just say you just had an accident, you fell down the side of a cliff. Alright, well, you're still alive. You need to think about it. It's going to be a day or two before rescue start searching for you. Okay, with that being, you just need to hang on. It may not be a day before they find you, but they will be looking. And that is why it is good to have rescue equipment or signaling equipment. I'm not doing a very big fire. Alright. that's pretty much it, as far as I can think of, about the survival mentality. It's not very complicated to learn, but there we go. So, when you think about it, you just need to keep holding on. Help will come. It's alright. You will make it back. You will see your family. That's what you need to think. You will get home. You will see them again. So, I'll see you in the next one.